For over a century, Scania has been driving the world of transport solutions. With over 50,000 employees in over 100 countries, they have built over 1 million trucks and buses and continue to power ahead in an ever-changing landscape. But what drives this success? And what keeps Scania at the forefront of innovation and engineering? Filmed over the course of a year, this 6-part series will focus on Scania operations in Scotland as they build a new multi-million-pound base in the Central Belt. We'll meet the people who are integral to the progress of the company, from the managers that steer the ship to the technicians that care for every vehicle and the valued customers that rely on their knowledge and expertise. Welcome to the Scania family. On this episode, dealer director James Colbourne and Bellshill GM Jasper O'Rourke check out the freshly installed top-of-the-range inspection pits at Eurocentral. We'll visit Scania Dumfries, where long-serving parts controller KEVAN and GM Mark share a love of local football team Queen of the South. Over in Edinburgh, the team demonstrate the true value of the Scania family. We'll meet Head of Marketing LYNDSEY PELL as she visits Scania customer Emergency One in Ayrshire, the UK's largest fire engine factory, accompanied by her 2 excited children. First to Eurocentral, where construction is well underway. Construction at Scania's £10 million home is now in full swing. The 4,000 square metre development is situated on a 7.8 acre Eurocentral site, tactically situated to provide easy access for customers and colleagues across the Central Belt and beyond. Built according to Scania's global dealership template with modern workshop, parts department, office space and secure parking. To prepare for the future, the site will include a number of environmental initiatives. All energy usage will be fossil-free, with a high-efficiency underfloor air source heating system and roof-mounted energy-generating photovoltaic panels, as well as water recycling in its vehicle wash. The site will also be able to maintain and charge Scania's range of new plug-in hybrid, PHEV, and full battery electric, BEV, trucks. When complete, there will be 12 workshop bays, 4 Bowser inspection pits, an ATF lane, an internal automated truck washing system, while the fully concreted yard will have secure parking for 50 trucks and trailers. Down near the Scottish border, on the banks of the River Nith, lies Dumfries, a market town whose main industry is agriculture and forestry. Scania Dumfries may be one of Scotland's smallest workshops, but thanks to close relationships between staff and customers, productivity has never been higher.
I'm Kevin Graham, parts controller here at Scania Dumfries. We are the main Scania dealer for the southwest of Scotland and we cover all of Dumfries and Galloway. I am originally from Dumfries and I've worked in this branch for 29 years.
Parts controller Kevin is in charge of everything to do with parts in Dumfries, a crucial job. His father was a truck driver, and so he knows how important it is to keep trucks on the road.
So I think from a parts perspective, I've always had that drive within me to try and get a vehicle, if indeed it is off the road, to get it back working as soon as possible. And I guess that takes, when you manage to do that, there's pride in that when you manage to achieve that. So I hold a season ticket at Queen of the South. I go with family at times, friends, and indeed Mark, who's the GM here as well. Their home run's not particularly great at the moment, but I love it anyway, so I'll go through it through thick and thin.
I was a technician when I started with Scania back in 1998. Worked my way up to a master tech, and then I got the opportunity to take a foreman's role, which then quickly turned into a workshop controller role, and then the opportunity arose to go for a general manager's role, which I happily took. So at Dumfries, currently we have 17 members of staff. We've got 4 people in the office and 13 staff members in the workshop. I would say for a Scottish depot this is probably classed as quite a small depot, but it is extremely busy here and we get through a lot of work I mean, we've only got 3 bays and a tackle bay, but we get through a lot of work in those bays. My experience in Scania, they're a very good company for promoting within. If you've got aspirations to do that, I think Scania is the place to be. The Scania product, I think, it's well known as being the best you can get, the most reliable, and as far as customers' needs go, you won't get better than a Scania.
Now we've met the team at Dumfries, Let's have a chat with one of the regulars, David HYSLOP from Annandale Transport.
My father started the company in 1969. We had a coal delivery business and we sold that, and I came into the transport and took it on from there. And we've been 25, 30 trucks. Scania's been a big part of us since early 2000s. There's always usually somebody to talk to, and secondly, you know, the product's worth something at the end. I've two sons, one 26 and 23. My youngest son's in the office, my oldest son's on the farm. None of them's really fanatics in trucks, to be honest. They've got girlfriends at the minute, so once that wears off, it may change.
Scania's reputation as the most reliable and high-performance truck on the market is why Scania are the most popular choice of the Scottish Fire Service, and indeed the UK. Today, Head of Brand Marketing at Scania, PELL, has been invited to bring her two children to Emergency One, where most of the UK's fire trucks are made.
So today we are at Emergency One in Cumnock in Ayrshire, and we are having a tour of the factory where they build the fire engines. So many of the fire trucks throughout the UK that you'll see are Scania, and they are built here at a place like Emergency One, who are the bodybuilders for the fire vehicles.
So I'll take you through to the start of our production line where everything kicks off. So this is us in one part of the factory. We've got three main sections to our factory. So this is the main part that we're in here. You can see looking down here the main production line as it runs through. So this is where the vehicles then come in to the unit. They then start getting the pumps fitted into them, the PTO systems, the electrics, and we start building up from the basics of the truck into what you would normally see as your fire appliance. Every vehicle that we build is uniquely bespoke to the end user or to the customer. So when the customer purchases a vehicle, they tender for the vehicle, they decide on the chassis type, the body type, and then how they want it laid out. The Scania range is generally on what we would class as a super category of pumping appliances. It's a larger capacity. So those fire and rescue services where the risk element means that they require more water within the vehicle, they maybe need more kit placed within the vehicle, so therefore they've got to have a bigger payload available. And Scania is certainly a very, very popular choice for customers that are going down that route and that need, where they need more kit, more water on the vehicles.
As Head of Brand Marketing, Lindsay's job allows her to travel and meet people from all over the UK. However, because of Scania's flexible working policies, she can also maintain a good family balance and spend crucial time with her young children.
So I'm a full-time working mum with two young children. I have Heidi, who is 6 years old, and Harry, who is 3 years old, and they both love fire trucks. And do you love fire engines? Do you love Scania fire engines?
No.
Working remotely for Scania is amazing. It allows me to be a working mum, to live in Scotland, but work in a corporate job in Milton Keynes and look after the marketing for the UK brand.
And now to Scania Edinburgh, where General Manager John Dormer steers the ship. His passion for Scania is evident in his career progression. Like many GMs, he once started as a technician. John takes it upon himself to instill the same drive into his employees so that they can achieve their full potential.
So Scania Edinburgh here is a fairly busy depot. We're currently running two shifts, day shift and back shift. With 15 technicians, we do tachographs, and we currently also on site have an ATF bay. It's also a dangerous goods bay. It's the only one in Scotland at this moment in time. I joined Scania approximately 22 years ago. I joined into the workshop as a technician. 10 years later, I found myself back here at Scania Edinburgh as the general manager. At this moment, we have 15 technicians. We are also recruiting. It's a career we're offering. We're not just offering a job, it's an actual career. Many staff here have worked, like myself, from the workshop into senior positions, from our sales team to our BDEs to our parts advisors and parts controllers. Many have started as apprentices and worked their way up.
When I was young, I used to have cars that I could never drive, but just played about with them kind of thing. I bought one as a project and started just playing about it, taking bits off, putting bits back on, and obviously before computer systems and all of that, I used to just work off the old book manuals. Anybody, as long as they're up for a challenge and they're eager to learn, I think anybody could really do it. It's, like I say, if your mind's in it and you like it, then you'll go places. And Scania's a good company for that. After being down on training courses recently and seeing the college that's provided, kind of gutted myself that I wasn't an apprentice within Scania, because the training facility is really good. I stay in Dalkeith, so I'm only down the city bypass away. After I've had a child a couple of years ago he had a stroke when he was born, so he's got a lot of different like learning difficulties and challenges on the way. He doesn't walk or stuff like that. Within here, I mean, the boys had a whip round and managed to get him one of these, a big sensory bubble tube thing, which, as you can imagine, sensory stuff isn't really cheap. So they had a whip round and got him that, and he's absolutely, he loves it. And regarding everything else, John is really good with supporting. The boys are good with supporting. If I need anything, then it's just kind of, if I need to go, you just go. So it's a good bunch of guys that are here. In 5 years' time here, I'll hopefully still be here within Scania, as long as they're still willing to keep me. So from here, I mean, you can go for a master tech. From there on, you can go foreman and work your way up the tree to workshop controller, and then eventually, hopefully it'll be me one day, I'll be in the manager's seat.
David's ambition is sure to get him far. So many of Scania's management have started out with tools in their hands and ambition in their minds. Let's hear from another technician, David Crichton, who has his own reasons for why his job at Scania is so rewarding.
I think people see the mud and the grease and the heavy lifting and all that, and they think that you're going to be doing that all the time. But there's Scania give you all the aids and the right tools for the job to be able to do the job and stuff like that. So being a mechanic, not so much a mechanic, but on HGVs, everyone thinks it's bigger and it's harder, whereas everyone's bigger. It might be heavier, but it's probably a wee bit easier, especially for the brakes and stuff like that, to do them. I've worked on cars and I'd rather work on a lorry every day of the week. So just you're in a workshop that's heated, everyone's there for you to use, everyone's there to support you and give you a guidance and help. So, and everyone's their own personality. You're not stuck with just one person who's boring or anyone like that, but we all look out for each other and help each other, so it's good that way.
Next, let's meet parts controller Sean, who's been working with Scania since 2008.
Good afternoon, Scania Edinburgh Parts. Sean speaking, how can I help? My name's Sean Harris and I'm the parts controller at Scania in Edinburgh. You sometimes get a bit of technical questions that you need to answer on the phones. You need to know all nuts and bolts and where bits and bobs are on a truck. We're in the parts department. This is the probable central hub of the whole operation at Scania, because everybody comes to us. We're the go-to department for things. Knowing that you've potentially helped a customer that's in a sticky situation, I get great job satisfaction out of that, as sad as it sounds.
So we're here to find out how the construction's going at the new site, but specifically to see the pits that have been put in. They've come all the way over from Germany on the back of trucks. They're extra wide. The floors can come up and go down as you need them. The jacks are actually built into the bottom of the pit rather than being up the top for health and safety. And the oil drains are automatically in the pits for our staff to keep them safe. And it really is the next generation of depot and the next generation of pit. Jasper, you were here when the old site opened, within a month of it at Bells Hill. You're going to be here to open our new site. Congratulations on your 25-year award.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a journey. 1996, started here as a technician, worked my way through to workshop controller, then made the role into general manager, and I've been here 25 years, it says in the tin. Thoroughly enjoyed my time with Scania, and I'm really looking forward to opening up Eurocentral and working it hard. And the interest that we've got just from customers and people alike is just fantastic. So yeah, very real now, very real, and looking forward to it.
Next time on Scania Family, we visit Scania Glasgow on the banks of the River Clyde. We have a look at Malcolm Group's collection of vintage trucks, and we head over to Loch Lomond for the celebration of the Flying Griffin, Scania's special edition run of 16 trucks.